Sevens big league cameras are at VFL Park for the clash between St Kilda and Geelong. St Kilda trying to stop the rot. It's been 10 straight losses. The Cats, on the other hand, trying to keep the winning momentum going after a fine performance against Richmond last week. But it'll be St Kilda first into attack. Phil Cronin to go down towards the half-forward line. Manning the target, but Bright too good. Terry Bright on half-back. Goes out wide, looking for Paul Couch, close to the boundary line. Couch tries to keep it in, but is unsuccessful. And so a throw-in to take place. Well, a number of changes, not so much so in the Geelong side, but Bobby Skilton in the St Kilda lineup.
Yes, Whitty has gone to the back pocket, Hodges to the forward pocket, Narkle to a wing, Elphinston, which wasn't a surprise, to a half-back flank, as Manning takes a hand pass. His teammate missed it completely. Manning still in there, trying to tap the ball forward. Views picks it up. He's well tackled down there. And good effort there by Evans. Morgan picks the ball up, puts it back. Cunningham and his opponent. It goes over the boundary line, I think, on the full.
Yes.
And so Joffa Cunningham will take the kick, wasting no time at all. Plays on immediately. Comes from the Foster's Lager sign, right up towards centre half forward, and Mossop almost takes the mark. Comes off Reynoldson's hands. Pack starting to form. Narkle forcing the ball forward. As Hellwood not in possession. Narkle playing on immediately, looking for Lockett. Lockett with the lead. He's got the sit and takes a good mark. So Tony Lockett, and good to see Lockett back. What an unfortunate injury that was, Sandy.
My word, it
just shows how simple things can happen. He's probably 900 metres on the ground, and he has to hit the one that's got the
sprinkler head, they call it,
in the wrong place.
Let's see what he can do. 35 metres out, the Saints flags go up, and the Saints are on the board. First goal to the powerfully built Tony Lockett, and the first one of the day. So the Saints lead, 1 goal, 6 behinds. Geelong yet to score. Conditions absolutely ideal here at VFL Park this afternoon, and Bobby, the ground looks a picture.
It certainly does, Sandy, particularly after the weather we've had. It's Gary Malarkey and
could have a big job today, particularly after last week with Michael Roach.
I'm a Tony Lockett fan, so he certainly will have a job as far as I'm concerned. Forward gets a tap down, it's intercepted there, and Boss gets the ball out. Drum takes it, gives a wide hand pass towards O'Keefe. O'Keefe steadies, has time to put the nice left foot pass out, and Michael Turner, the captain of Geelong, playing his 200th game today, and well done, Michael Turner. A poor kick, smothered off the boot. Tackle looked too high.
Duck though.
He did duck, and the Saints out of defence.
He might have run over Bobby.
Did look that way.
Your selection today, Bob?
St Kilda, Sandy.
Well, we've seen them twice in the last 2 years and they haven't lost. And both of those games were against Fitzroy last year, but let's hope we see a great clash this afternoon. Here's the throw-in. Ford trying to thump over the back, hurriedly taken away by Cronin down towards that centre wing area, but Bright is there to take the mark. Terry Bright, 15 metres. Sees him kick from the point of the square, but he doesn't worry about it. Plays straight on, down towards the forward line. Ablett shut out of it. A heavy tackle. The umpire calls play on. And now he's found one. It will go the way of the Saints, and a chance for them to get out of trouble. It was taken by David Whitty. Whitty across to Cunningham. Joffa's kick down towards Robbie Elphinstone. He's clear on centre wing. His teammate says, run, Robbie, so he does. Now eventually elects to get the handball away. An opportunity for youngster John Peter Budge to send the Saints forward. Where's Lockett? He's playing from behind. He's got it. Great grab. What a difference he makes. What a difference. 35 metres out, directly in front. Still with that right knee heavily bandaged. Gary Malarkey on the mark. Lockett full of concentration as he fires towards the freeway end. The goal umpire doesn't move. 2 on the board to Lockett. 2 on the board to the Southern Saints. They lead by 12 points on Sevens big lead.
Was it such a good number that you wear, Sandy?
You can't help yourself. It's the old reminiscing by Robert Skilton.
No, but Tony Lockett, every time Tony Lockett lines up towards a kick at goal, I feel he's going to kick it. He's one of the players that can kick the drop punt excellently. Forward, waiting for the tap. Favours Mossop. He grabs it. Gives the hand pass. Morgan will take the tackle from too high. The advantage will paid. Hocking gives the ball out, and Buse puts it forward. No mark taken. A long hand pass out of defence by the Saints. Gamble coming in. Forward. Brownless it is who comes out with it as Drum put the ball forward. And so, obviously, Brownless and Ablett moving from half forward to full forward. And then Bill Brownless sure to put first goal on the board for Geelong. And that's exactly what happens. Bill Brownless does not miss too many.
No doubt Danny Frawley has a big day ahead of him, although to his great credit he kept Ablett goalless down at Cardinia Park last year.
Frawley at the moment is out at half forward or half back in Frawley's case, and Gamble back at full back against Brownless.
Right.
Which is, I think, the way Geelong should always line up anyway, Sandy, as I said last week.
Exactly right. Here's the centre bounce once again. The margin is now 6 points. And we've only played 6 minutes of this first term. It's a better bounce in the middle, although both boys go up just a fraction too early. No one able to get it out of the middle. Reynoldsson tries to get it out, can't do so. And the umpire has got no alternative but to come in and have another bounce. Michael Snedden and Rowan Sauls are the two gentlemen in white in charge of proceedings today. Bounce again. Ford almost ran into Mossop. Narkle tried to weave his way through, couldn't do so, eventually thrown out. Mossop tries a roundhouse right, but it doesn't matter because he's got support from his teammate there in Hocking down to the half forward line. The Cats, after a slow start, now getting into gear. Bruns, however, on this occasion loses it. Elphinston receives the hand pass. Another poor kick by Robbie Elphinston. It was kept in play. Perhaps that was a poor thing because Neil, who's just come onto the ground, takes the mark, only to see it go straight back to Elphinstone, who's picking up plenty of touches early in the game.
Short. Decent bandage on the thigh, Sandy.
Yes, Gary Hodges at half back.
Hodges now plays on. Got out of trouble after putting himself in trouble. A beautiful tackle from Drum. That's great play by Drum. And loose balls picked up, driven forward by Ford. An awkward bounce that time for Grant. John Peter Budge straightens up, goes towards goal. It's a sitter. He's missed. He's hit the post.
An opportunity going begging for young John Peter Budge. Was he trying to travel too quickly?
Oh, I think it was just a poor kick, Sandy. These things happen at times.
Kick back into play, and the mark taken for Geelong by Steve Hocking. He's had a fair start this season and been playing well. Scratcher Neil. Well, he'll be keen to impress. A beautifully drifted football to Reynoldsson, but he's too slow to get his kick. Wobbles off the boot. Fine defensive work, sees it scooped out the back, and a chance for St Kilda to clear. Down towards the centre of the ground, up towards the half-forward line, waiting there to take the mark is Stewie Lowe, but he can't. So Lowe recovers. A poor hand pass. Back to him again. He's under plenty of pressure, and Geelong through Buse will get out of trouble. Buse across to Darcy, and the Cats are away to the half-forward line. Turner, too far underneath the football. No mark taken. Play on the call. Oh, it was a poor hand pass. Here's an opportunity now for Drum again. Flicks it high in towards full forward, but he's off target and 1 point over.
I personally felt it should have been a free kick to McConville, Sandy. I thought he was tackled too high. The umpire having none of that. And so now we'll find St Kilda. McConville this time takes the mark. Drum in defence. Cronin and Morgan. Cronin dummies well. Has time to steady, and the left foot kick from Cronin goes towards half forward. Hodges caught one in the back. Cool play on by the umpire. Two Geelong players diving in against each other, and Grant also there for St Kilda. And now we'll find that there's a bounce to take place midway between centre wing and half forward, probably closer to half forward. Low. Tapped over the back that time by Coughlin. Picked up by Reynoldsson. Reynoldsson in towards the centre, but it's all St Kilda, and Evans to take the mark. Evans thought about playing on. It's a long kick forward. Punched away. Taken by Reynoldsson. Hand pass. He goes after it again. Reynoldson's kick off the side of the boot. Good tackle. Good pressure football, as Sandy called. And it might have been Peter Budge that forced that to go out of bounds. And so we now find the free kick with Phil Cronin. Manning was the player who forced it before. Mossop coming down to lend support to Malarkey. It's picked up by Elphinston, a left foot towards goal. There's a full one. right through the centre. Elphinston coming right down the ground. Now, he did line up at half-back, Sandy. I'm not sure where he is, but Elphinston, when he picked that ball up, was well short of half-forward. A great goal to Robert Elphinston.
His first and St Kilda's third. So once again, they open up a 2-goal break. 3-1, plays 1-1. And a good start by the Saints.
It does look as though he's gone back to half-back, Sandy.
That's a long trip. I think you're right. They've been under the hammer this week. And they're still desperately searching for their first win. The Cats, on the other hand, should be on a high. Forward again up perhaps a fraction early. Reynoldson caught, tries to get the handball out in front of Scratch O'Neill, pushes the ball out in front of him, and he's under plenty of pressure and eventually is forced to soccer it off the ground. It goes over the line and out of bounds, but good pressure by Phil Narkle. So a throw in, centre wing, in the shadows of the stand. Mossop, front spot to Bruns. Moss couldn't take it. The hurried high kick was by Cronin. In towards the centre, over the top they come. No one take the mark. Manning waits down, gives it across to Cunningham. Will he put it out towards Lockett? No, he'll drop it short. And the Saints looking good at the moment. Grant a chance. He goes short. Where's Lockett? He's got him. Well, now surely the danger signs, Bobby, are up for Gary Malarkey. I know we've only played 11 and a half minutes of this first term, but the boys kicked 2. You've already given the signal that this will be number 3.
Like I said before, Sandy, every time Lockett gets the ball, I have the feeling that he'll kick a goal.
Drop punt on its way.
And that's what's put him off.
I wish you'd shut up. You talk too much. 2 goals, 1.
Give it as I see it.
Oh dear, so 1 point. 3-2 plays 1-1. Malarkey, though, under plenty of pressure. Darcy from behind. Oh, he was under no pressure. Should have taken it, but didn't. Out comes the handball from Cronin. It's loose. Pushed in towards the centre, and a fine mark play on is the call. And the long kick coming from Gamble, who started well down towards the half-forward line. Manning looked for the free kick, didn't come his way. Bruns, the handball over the top. Cleverly tapped on towards Scratch O'Neill. He gets a better bounce. And through handball, they'll get out of trouble. Up towards Couch. Still going Paul Couch. Intercepted this time by Gamble. No one able to pick it up.
Good play, Gamble.
Yeah, my word, he bottled it up nicely. Kept the pressure on, and another bounce.
It must be a fair side, this St Kilda side, Sandy. They've got Burns and Fashini on the bench. I reckon Greg Burns is one of the best players around.
Greg Burns, it's a wonder there isn't smoke coming from the interchange bench at the moment, because...
I think they've got to be kidding.
No, I don't think they are. When he comes on, we'll just wait and see. 13 points the margin, Robert. The Saints leading.
All I can say is that if I were coach, he would never be on the bench.
Well, you'll finish your coaching career, I believe, Robert. Manning. Oh, they're mucking around with it, and they've lost it. Now, what was he saying then? A throw?
Throw.
So Damien Drum will take it from centre wing.
So Drum. Drum now puts it wide. Brownless up high, that gave away a free kick, surely. One hand on the shoulder. McConville gets the kick. It floats forward. Boss takes a nice mark. Hand pass across to Neil. Neil's kick floats forward. Geelong not using the ball well. Off the boot that time of Frawley. Didn't quite make the boundary line on the full. And so Danny Frawley and Gary Ablett. Looks like Mark Yates to full back and Malarkey to the back pocket. Yates did start on the wing, I do believe, as it goes across the ground. Cunningham forcing it forward. Christensen in hot pursuit. Oof, just missed at that time. Elphinston got the hand pass in. Evans gets it out to Frawley. St Kilda out of trouble temporarily as Frawley puts it forward. And Evans, I should say, taking it from Frawley. Mossop couldn't take the mark. Hocking off the side of the boot. Punched away. Kick in mid-air by Elphinston. Back into the centre. Good, strong play by Lowe. And Narkle comes out with the ball. Lowe doing some good shepherding. Excellent play by the youngster. As Narkle goes forward, Lockett takes the diving mark. Well, he's virtually, he will kick from at least 50 metres out, Sandy. Goes short. Too short, in fact. Missed his teammate. The hand pass comes now to Yates. Yates goes wide. and Couch takes the mark.
So Paul Couch just on the defensive side of centre wing, drifting it in towards the middle, looking for his captain Turner. It could have almost been free kick.
Will be this time.
Will be on the second occasion. So Mick playing his 200th game, which is a great credit to him.
15 metres.
Would have played it easily last year had it not been for the injuries that he sustained. Ablett is the target. Ablett he has. Showed good pace too to get there. Fashini's on the ground. I didn't see who went off. Manning off. Fashini on. Ablett's kick well offline and through for one behind.
I think that's an example though, Sandy, as to why Gary Ablett often kicks a lot of points. He blazes away from extremely long distances, and so you can't expect to kick goals from that far out. McConville up towards centre wing.
Oh.
Fashini looking for the free kick, not paid, and so Bright takes it.
Fashini just on the ground, replacing Manning.
Terry Bright goes wide. McConville in the front. It's punched away. Christensen, Marty Christensen that was. Couch swings onto the left foot, goes up back. Too high for Morgan. He gets backed up well by Boss. Beautifully smothered by Coughlin, and Cronin now comes away with the ball in towards the centre. No mark. At the back it's Hocking. Hocking goes short. Picked up by Drum. Drum a hand pass across, and runs now straight down the ground towards the goal square. Ablett is there, and when Ablett is in position, there's no stopping him.
Behind the play, Gary Hodges in plenty of strife. Looks to be a hip.
Bruns, Boss, Collins, and number 3 is Cronin. Little Bruns there as Gary Ablett prepares to line up for his first goal.
And should he kick it, Robert, this will be his 150th goal in his 47th game. So it's not a bad ratio. He'll certainly kick it. He does, and the Cats post their second. They trail by 6 points, 2-2 to 3-2, as Gary Ablett kicks his 150th goal in senior VFL football.
It's not a bad ratio at all, Sandy. It's guaranteed that your players were going to average 3 goals a game. Hodges coming off the ground, not on camera, and it's Manning to come back onto the ground. On camera is Frawley and Ablett. Frawley's probably saying to himself, I might have kept him goalless last year, but so far, 1 in the first.
I think Ablett finished with 4 points last year down at Kardinia Park in that particular game. John Mossop preparing to charge forward. Here's the centre bounce. 17, almost 18 minutes played of this first term, and it's been a good quarter too, as Bruns gets ripped off the football, goes in again, almost hands it out from the top of the pack. No one able to get it out, and the umpire has no alternative but to come in and force another bounce. Not a big crowd, probably around the 15,000 mark. Another poor bounce. Like Boss that went for it, finished up with Drum. Beautiful hand pass. Here they go again as Billy Brownless receives from Morgan. Brownless the pass to Ablett's a ripper.
Oh, what a ripper.
That is good football. And a chance now for the Cats to tie away the scores here at the 18.5-minute mark. Delightful to watch as they brought it out of the centre. And Ablett going for his second goal in this game, and makes no mistake. So Gary Ablett 2, and the Cats are certainly back in business again. The scores are level at 3-2 apiece here on Seven's Big League.
Well, whereas in the first few minutes Kilda were getting the ball out of the centre, it's Geelong that in the last 5-10 minutes or so have been getting the ball out of the centre, and that is so vital. You wait the centre bounce. Forward of St Kilda. Mossop of Geelong. 20 points apiece. Mossop actually got the tap. Collins couldn't get the ball clear. The umpire indicating that he'll bounce the ball about 5 metres wide of the centre circle. 3-2 apiece. 19.5 minutes into the first quarter here at VFL Park.
Any breeze, Bob? No, it swirls a bit here.
There's a little bit, Sandy, but I don't think there's anything to worry about today. As we find a long kick that time from Gamble. Good tackle. Coughlin looks down there for Lockett. Lockett, can he snap? He slips. Possibly into the back of Lockett there, and full play on by the umpire, but there probably wasn't much else Yates can do. He didn't actually push him. He did grab him. Yates was already on his own knees anyway. So, from the bounce, Mossop gets the tap. John Peter Budge hooks it over the shoulder, but it's Hocking of Geelong who takes it. Gives the hand pass across to Malarkey. Has time for a bounce. Not a long kick from Malarkey. And a good mark taken by Alistair Ford. Hand passes immediately to Gamble. He steadies, goes wide. It's dropping short though, straight into the arms of Terry Bright, who spills the sitter. It comes out. Lockett gets a long hand pass wide. Cronin, no, it was Collins who misjudged it. Picked up by Boss. Darcy, I should have said. Darcy got the ball wide. Turner kicks it off the ground. Didn't turn out to be a good move because he then came over the shoulders of McConville, and Peter McConville comes out with the free kick for St Kilda.
From half-back, putting the Saints out of trouble. He virtually wobbles a punt, but it finds Phil Cronin. Went over the head, now a chance for Narkle, back to Cronin again, this time a longer kick to the half-forward line. All up, who's waiting at the back? Here's a chance for David Grant, perfectly smothered though, in towards the half-forward line. Grant still a chance for possession, spoons it forward to Lockett, but it passes him and Yates is there, caught by Bashiri. Mark was going to turn around and hit straight through the goals, but he thought, I'm going to do this the right way. Under pressure and through for one behind. So the Saints lead by a point. In the 22nd minute of the first term, Mark Yates, with a change being made by John Devine. Paul Couch comes down and takes the mark at half-back. In front of Elphinston. Yates kick. McConville from behind should take it and does.
Apparently he's been an excellent player for St Kilda this year, Sandy.
Yes, we haven't had the chance of seeing them, but by all reports he has been playing well. It's a half-forward. Elphinstone will see it over the line. The heavily strapped left thigh.
Doesn't appear to be worrying him at all, though.
Not at all at the moment. There's the throw in again. Mossop certainly having the experience in the ruck, down to Morgan. Cunningham and Christensen. Christensen too quick. Gets clear. Drum used the body beautifully. Can play on here to Mick. Game number 200. Will he goal? He bounces his way clear, but he's beautifully tackled, and if he's not been beholding the ball, I'll go he.
The umpire took half an hour.
He wasn't going to, I don't think.
The beautiful tackle by Whitty. That was magnificent football.
And now umpire Snedden realising that he erred.
Great play, Whitty.
It certainly was. The kick from Whitty, and what's he done? He's bringing him back. Having a chat to Mick.
I don't know why Michael Turner was upset. He made the blue of not getting it.
Yep. So back it goes.
Beautiful tackle. Tackling is part of the game, and it's the greatest improvement in football in the last 30 years. And that was magnificent by young Whitty.
So David Whitty at half-back, almost down to half-back. He's got that 15 metres, which does bring him down. Kicks in towards centre wing. Joffa Cunningham got up high, but couldn't take the mark. Brownless tried to get the handball away for the Cats. He's still down there ferreting for it, but eventually loses it. Now an opportunity for Coghlan to get clear. Wobbles one down towards Fashini. Under pressure from Bright. Was he pushed? No, said the umpire, and Bright gets clear, or does he? No, good pressure applied. Bruns now, quickly onto the boot. That was well played. Down towards the forward line. Ablett is there, trying to spoon the ball out in front. Needs support. Gets it. An opportunity for Voss to send them forward. Down towards Turner again. Thumped away by Whitty. Down towards the back pocket region. They all go to ground. Elphinstone was first there. Can't do anything with it.
Elphinstone looking up, saying, why wasn't I free kicked? Yep. And I was inclined to agree. The bounce.
They're working hard for their frees, aren't they?
I have a feeling that Geelong couldn't complain about this quarter.
Gee.
Tap back. Picked up by Gamble. Very close to the boundary line. Couch runs straight into Cronin. It's over the line, and a throw-in to take place. Forward pocket for Geelong, with Geelong trailing by 1 point. We're almost into time on. Could easily have been a free kick to Ford. Brownless was up before acceptances, straight into the back. Couch takes it, floats the ball towards the square, and it's thumped through that time. So good defensive work, one rush point. as we saw it thumped through by Whitty.
Scores are level, 3-3 apiece, into time on. And Whitty back into play again.
It should have been against Gamble there. He got into the back of Brownless way before the ball was there. Nice hand pass over the top. McConville, the player that Collins was looking for. Narkle does well, gets it out to Peter Budge, and a long kick. Malarkey in position to mark and does it easily. Gary Malarkey. Midway between back pocket and half-back flank. High floating kick. And an equally good mark that time taken by young Lowe. Now, Stuart Lowe puts it forward. Mossop in the way. They're too tall for Grant. And you see a play like Mossop, you just shouldn't kick it neither. There's Morgan, played on, did play on, good tackle, didn't get the hand pass in. Fashini does, over the top, it's taken by Coughlin. Coughlin's kick up towards the forward area. Manning couldn't take the mark. It's Manning under pressure, dives forward, taps the ball out. Elphinston comes in, gets past the tackle, goes towards goal. It's a beautiful looking kick. It's a glorious goal. Robert Elphinston is second.
Put that one down for goal of the day on Seven's World of Sport. What a left foot snap by Robbie Elphinstone, and the Saints hit the front. 4-3 plays 3-3 on Seven's big lead.
It really was a lovely goal. I don't think I've ever seen a game before with a half-back flankers kick two in the first quarter. I've often seen them kick one, but not necessarily two from the bounce. Pack starting to form, the loose ball comes out, then we find Buse after copping it from Drum going Guywood, touched I think. No, it wasn't touched, so a great goal. Damien Drum and Andrew Buse combining for Buse to put it through for a goal. I did think it was touched at the last minute, but what a glorious piece of play. There's Damien Drum who got the ball out to Andrew Buse, and Buse finished it off with a goal.
Goal for goal at the moment here at VFL Park. 27 points apiece. A good start by both teams. Centre bounce once again. Close to siren time. A couple of minutes left. The Saints desperate to go down into attack as Tony Evans kicked to the half-forward line. They've got the opportunity here. Thumped forward by John Peter Budge down towards Lockett. Oh, he got to favourable bounce, I think. No, he doesn't. Was he tackled too high? Comes away from Bright. Fascinio, goal! Hi-ho, says Silvio, and I've got it. Don't leave me on the interchange for too long. So the Saints post number 5. 5-3 to 4-3 on Seven's big lead.
And great play by Tony Lockett to, trap the ball and get it back. Going for the ball, and he didn't really look as though he was moving. Nice fluent action, but even so, it was an excellent piece of football, and he set up that goal for Silvio Fascini.
The Saints by 6 points. 28 and a half minutes played of this first term.
This is the first time I've seen you smile at the football in 8 months, Sandy.
Here's the centre bounce. 33 plays 27. Ford and Mossop. Mossop showing all his experience at the moment and is winning handsomely. To the half-forward line. Manning a chance. Gets the handball away to Cronin. Under pressure. A high kick up towards the half-forward line. Reynoldsson. Oh, Elphinstone. Did he take his eye off it? He's being given it.
Could kick 3, Sandy.
Well, this is unbelievable. Here's the half-back. Robbie Elphinstone going for number 3, and John Mossop looks in terrible trouble behind the play. Well, now this is dramatic for Geelong fans. Let's watch the half-back, a kick for goal.
Kick like a half-back.
Oh, back you go, Robbie, to the half-back flank. But
Mossop
John
does
Mossop
look in trouble, and so too is Reynoldsson.
Well, the danger signs are up for the Cats.
But Mossop was really hobbling and calling for the trainers. They're with him now, but not on camera. Christensen takes a nice mark, plays on immediately. The hand pass across to Reynoldsson, who has recovered. Reynoldsson has the Oh, the time, nobody came at him. He had the time to bounce it through, and we find St Kilda through the agency of Collins, putting the ball out wide. It bounces awkwardly for Brownless. It was a long way from full forward. He might have come up when the Mossop was injured. Brownless does a lot of the ruck work for Geelong, so the minute he saw Mossop in trouble, he probably came up the ground. Now, Mossop hasn't gone off, Sandy. He's hobbled down to the forward line, and this is unbelievable to me. With the fact that you've got interchange, why not let him come off and let the doctor have a look at it? Surely the doctor knows better than anybody else.
Well, particularly as he's gone down onto that goal-scoring freak in Robbie Elphinstone, but it won't get that far this time because Narkle goes to Lockett. Can't take it on the half volley. Who's first to recover? Yates. Solidly met, and Malarkey kicks it away, but that's the end of the first term. And a good quarter of football it's been too here at VFL Park, with the honours pretty even. St Kilda just showing a lead on the scoreboard. 5-4 to 4-3 on Seven's big lead.